So, we're golfing today.
Little windy.
We're channeling our best New Jersey Devils today, and we are on the golf course. We forgot for whatever an actual podcast, but today we are going to be just kind of quickly talking some things hockey since some hockey's been happening.
Yeah, this morning Tortorella officially confirmed 4 years. I think it was 4.5 million.
Something like that.
Kevin Weeks got that.
Yeah. How am I this bad at golf? Yeah, it was the front tree is what I hit with a wide open fairway.
So we were talking
Torts in Philly.
Torts in Philly, which I wonder if there was a clause in his contract about keeping Gritty away.
Oh no, Gritty needs to be it is a dream. Like the marketer that works for Philadelphia right now, they are just losing their minds. They're so excited. It is Christmas for them.
They've probably already planned out at least the next 2 of the 4 years for content, because you just know that aside from during games, it's going to be all hands on. Gritty's going to be back in the spotlight once again, like when Gritty first showed up.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing, you see Cam Atkinson's tweet?
Oh,
just the bless emoji for the players in Philadelphia.
Well, no, Cam Atkinson's in Philadelphia.
Was it Atkinson?
No, it was somebody else that was from Columbus.
Oh, okay.
He replied to Atkinson, and then Atkinson was just like, leave me alone. Also, this is the first time that we've been in the same place during the hockey pod. So, we're both real people. We live near each other. This is a real thing.
I can't remember. Yeah, but there's definitely some players that didn't like Torts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
Well, there's always going to be players that are not going to let you coach, because it's about your own personal style of coaching, so, yeah.
4 years. We'll see if he makes it the whole 4 years, but...
I'm counting 2, probably?
I still can't believe... I wonder if Barry Trotz said no, because that...
No, he did.
Yeah?
They offered him, and he turned it down.
So he's got to be going to Winnipeg then.
Or maybe he just didn't want to play in Philly.
Yeah?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, true. He doesn't play, yeah.
Get him, why would you want to be in the Metro?
He's going to Anaheim. Even though Anaheim doesn't need it. Brian hit his ball and almost hit this group of people. And now they're having a conversation. Well, he almost murdered them with his ball. Look at how sunny it is. That's the sun. Bright. Hockey. So.
I don't remember where we were, to be honest.
We were talking about Torts. So. Okay. Or no, Trotz, I suppose. So it sounds...
How is that so much more confusing now than before? Is it because they're both free agents? Well, one is now, I guess.
I guess so. But you've got Bruce Cassidy also now is in Vegas.
Yep.
Which, good for him. I mean, the way he was let go was kind of BS, really. I don't think...
Well, that's just the management being like, well, we don't want to fire ourselves.
Yeah, that's just management incompetence right there. So yeah, he's got himself a nice cushy gig for 1 year before he's rushed out of Vegas, just like everybody that ever goes to Vegas kind of deals with. But
yeah, you don't unpack; you just have the constant to-go suitcase ready.
Yeah.
That team. Well, when we heard, because there's the big deal yesterday.
Yeah.
Which was Shea Weber's contract going to Vegas for
Evgeny Dadonov.
He finally gets traded. Did you see the Ducks reply? You sure?
Yeah.
That is, gotta love social media managers that are allowed to do things like that.
Oh yeah.
I said this to you the second that I heard that. I bet you they go after Kadri. They'll make the money work. The 1-2 punch of Eichel Kadri is scary.
They already have another.
Is it Carlson is their second line center? He'd get moved down.
Yeah, because Carlson's not doing well. I just thought, okay. No, that does make sense.
And they go after the big fish. He's the biggest fish.
Well,
that's available without really decimating everything.
Vegas would suit him as well.
Oh.
That's very much his lifestyle. He likes opulence.
Opulence. You own everything.
Yeah, there's still so many coaches to be decided. Apparently, it sounds like New Jersey's going to give Lind until October
Don't
which
give him
October,
a
November.
chance. No, he's
Like,
already proven that he can't do it.
he-
They've got a good team. Not
think-
great, but good. But
I
he
think
just
the only reason why he might stick around is because both Dougie and Jack Hughes have said they really like his coaching style.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need a change if your players are like, yeah, we really like him. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's a crazy amount this year for the draft. By the way, like, still seems like Montreal might be rumored to be moving some of their picks or.
Well, I don't know how real this is, but I read somewhere that someone asked and said, "Is
Yeah.
Shane Wright the number 1 pick for you?" And they said, "We're not sure yet." So
Yeah,
they're
between
still
him
not
and,
sure.
Slav, I can't pronounce his name. I can't.
Slavlovsky?
I'm not going to attempt it.
It's going to be interesting, and I think we can tee off.
Over the branch. Oh, this is a beautiful shot, Pat. What a shot.
I drove the green.
Pat's on the green.
All right, so I'm getting my putter, I'm walking up to my second shot on a par 4. This shot
Get in the hole.
is for eagle.
Oh, come on.
Ryan hit his shot 260 yards and
Look,
almost
he would.
hit that group again.
Meaning
He's
to.
targeting them. That's his drive, right there, on the fringe. This is my 3rd shot. So we probably should at some point talk about Colorado.
Yeah, you know the team that's up 1-0 in the Stanley Cup final right now against the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions.
The one thing that I find interesting is I was listening to some clips from the ESPN feed, and it's the way they talk about Colorado. It's like they're the underdogs, and it doesn't make any sense.
Because you've got the 2-time champs, so that's going to cause some of them doing that, right? Like,
Yeah.
they've been here before, so we've only seen one team beat them back to back, and then they lost 4 straight.
Yeah.
So there's that whole part of it too, right? Oh, there's the pen. Sorry, I was trying to find the flag.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even see it. There you go.
Not enough. I jumped her.
You're on. There you go. All right, so Colorado. They didn't look bad. They didn't look good. They seemed rusty.
Well,
And
they didn't seem rusty in the first. Tampa looked like the team that.
Well, they were gassed.
Well, they looked like the team that were coming off like a long rest because the way Colorado came out, and it was honestly like both goalies let in a bad bounce.
Yep.
Which is gonna happen. Colorado played the better game.
Yeah.
You missed the first, like even.
Yeah, I was
even
grocery
looking at the
shopping.
even looking at the second and third period.
Yeah.
Colorado still played the better game, and if they continue to shut down Hedman like that.
Well, yeah, and like what Tampa had to do was they had to choose who to target, and they chose McCarr, and not so much McKinnon, and it showed. Like McKinnon was able to get through, and they couldn't even touch Nichushkin.
You have to make the choice, and that's the thing with Colorado right now is that you pick wrong depending on the night, and look what like the overtime. Yeah, there was the power play that started that way.
Yeah.
But Tampa couldn't get anything going after that.
No.
And I tried my hardest to get Pat hyped up for that. I think he like gave me one extra exclamation mark. I'm trying my best to get him excited for it. You can tell he's like.
So my issue with it is, like, there was a major amount of relief that I had when they won the game, simply because they won't get swept. And I know that sounds really defeatist, but there's nothing worse than being a fan of a team. You're like, here we go, yeah, we've got this, we're good, and they get swept.
Nobody wants to be the Edmonton Oilers.
Exactly, or the Preds or anything like that. So, as much as yes, I think that there's a better chance, I think, in my opinion now, that they could win the Cup. It's just nice to know there's no chance of them getting swept.
To me, there is still that clear that Colorado is better. And if Kadri comes back and he is even at 50%, he's still going to be better than the player that he's going to knock out of the lineup.
Yeah.
And that will force attention away from his wingers. So, like, and it rumors seem like if he's not back for game 2, he'll be back for game 3.
Yeah.
Because he's been actually able to like stick hand and twist his wrist and everything.
Yeah. Oh,
So
we're teeing off. We're teeing off. Here we go. Oh, come on. Your club could apply for a senior's discount and you're hitting it directly at the pin. It's garbage. Pull cards can suck a dick. It will be interesting to see Kadri coming back because Colorado is notorious for when they lose a key player, when the player comes back, it really kind of uproots the team. Granted, that's a lot of last year. That was a common theme then, but...
Well, this year all that they did was basically just shifted up. They didn't shift over, and that's usually when... It's not like Kadri's not used to playing with those wingers.
True,
They improve with him there, even if he's like half of what he normally is.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on Braden Point? How do you think that he did?
He looked injured.
Yeah.
He looked like they rushed him back. Like, obviously they didn't rush him back because he's been out the entire time. It could just be he needs some time to get going, but...
He didn't look great. Yeah, no, I agree. And another thing, too, that I found really interesting was the time on ice. Did you notice that Byram beat Makar?
Yeah, it must have just been the matchups for Hedman.
There was one time I saw he was on ice for like 2 minutes and 30 seconds and he couldn't get off.
Like, they're definitely, Tampa's trying to play Hedman against Makar, so what does Bednar do? He's like, I trust Byram enough. He was out there a ton. And then I'm pretty sure Taves was playing a little bit more time too off of Makar because he's just balancing kind of those three defenders. So Makar's hit on Hagel was huge. He was getting so frustrated.
He did 2 reverse hits. One of them, they didn't show it in the replays, but I saw it. It was like just as he had cleared the puck in, somebody was behind him and he just pretty much shoulder back checked and took him down. It was satisfying.
I said to you the second that we saw that second one, like, this is his way of basically saying to Tampa Bay, if you come at me, you're gonna get hit. So Tampa has to figure out how to slow them down, and they were doing the shot blocking, and then Colorado figured out how to get them moving and how to get them confused, and it showed. About time for us to hit. So.
Yep. I feel like I'm Kevin Weeks. I need to kind of report like this, where I'm just like talking barely in the camera and just like walking awkwardly into things. I don't know. I think so. When it comes to game 2, which is tonight, where we're playing golf.
No.
Yeah, game 2's tonight, isn't it?
Game 2's Saturday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mother. I was so excited. I drank out of my mug today.
I'm like 100% sure that it's Saturday. Let me check.
No, they're not doing 2-day breaks.
Yeah, just for this one, just to try and get it to Saturday. Just Saturday.
Well,
I told you now.
I'm just gonna go walk into traffic then, I guess. Okay, well, game 2 on Saturday then. I don't think Colorado's going to win it, and I know that's defeatist and blah, 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 whatever you want to call it. I don't think Tampa is going to feel too good about how they lost. And they're going to be...
No team feels good about losing in these overtimes. It's either like, what was it, 2 or 3 overtimes or like 90 seconds in.
Yeah.
Like overtimes are just, they're ending like it's 3-on-3 for some reason.
Yeah. Because the teams are like, we don't want to play any longer than we have to. They're tired.
So the one thing that I would say for Colorado, they're now 7-1 when they score first. They're 6-1 when they give up the first goal. So for Colorado, it doesn't even matter if you don't, like, they've shown. And as you said, we don't even know, are they going to stick with Kemper? Are they going to really try and mess with Tampa and put Francouz in?
Yeah, so what we were talking about, what I kind of messaged Brian yesterday about was if I was Bednar, I would be looking at the numbers. And you look at like Kemper and you look at Francouz, and their numbers are pretty similar. They're not far off. I honestly, at this point, would put them almost nearly identical tier of goaltending. Kemper is a left-hand catch. Francouz is a right-hand catch. If I was Bednar, I would be strongly considering just alternating. Makes them have to change up their game, and also maybe you don't alternate. Maybe you do 2-day games of Kemper, then you throw in Francouz for game 3, and it's just like, oh, wait a minute, we can't shoot blocker side because that's glove side now. And you'd make that choice at the last second, like
as late as you can, because it doesn't matter to to the Avs.
No.
Like, they're used to either goalie, so.
And they play the game of outscoring their problems, whereas Tampa plays the game of, oh God, I hope Vasilevsky's in net. So I don't know, like that could, to me, that would be a really interesting kind of tactic to throw them off, at least from one game, and then put them on their toes every single time, and they don't know how to train for it.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I have the feeling they're just going to ride the hot hand because that's just kind of the way things work. But
Yeah.
I mean, both goalies technically are hot right now. So.
Yeah.
All right, Pat.
So we'll see.
You're up.
I'm away. Here we go. Hole cards and hills. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh God. I don't know what else we need to talk about hockey-wise. I think we kind of covered most of it.
Yeah, there's.
That's why we didn't do a podcast episode.
Without sitting down in front, being like, pull up all the stats and stuff.
Yeah.
But
even still, it was a really good first game, which I think everyone really needed. They really they needed a good cup final, and I'm really hopeful. As much as I don't think my heart can handle it, I really hope that a lot of the games are this close.
Well, that's the best hockey moment. It's not like, well,
Not
mind
a
you,
blowout.
this whole playoffs minus when there has been sweeps has been like, you're up by a few goals, doesn't matter.
No. Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of those series where if you can stop, you're going to have to get at least 4 goals a game to win. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Each team is going to be able to pie. I don't expect to see any shutouts. I know Vasilevsky is
Known for that.
but the teams they've got too much going on for them right now.
There's too much firepower on both sides of it. So.
Both teams are getting scoring all playoffs. And not just for the first 2 lines. Like,
Oh yeah.
Tampa's
Straight
third
down.
and fourth line's been good. JT Cooper for the Avs has looked solid. So.
Yeah. So, game 2 is Saturday, which boo.
So normally I ruin Pat's day with other things. This time because I told him when the game was taking place.
Yeah. So yeah, game 2 Saturday. I busted out my old smartwatch, and I am going to be monitoring, much like Steve Dangle did. I'm going to be monitoring my heart rate because I'm pretty sure that my watch is going to say, "Do we need to call you an ambulance?" Because, oh boy, it is a lot of anxiety. So game 2 Saturday. We will most likely be back doing normal podcasting things. Next time we'll actually kind of dive into where it's at. I highly doubt that the series will be done by then.
Yeah, it would have to be a sweep finishing up on Wednesday night, which not very likely, but
No.
hey, you never know. Hockey
never
is
know.
hockey.
But yeah, so thanks for watching this weird thing that we're doing.
So probably some golf highlights now if you feel like watching those.
Highlights.
Yeah, we call them highlights. I had one good shot, that was it. And I almost hit the people in front
You've
of
had
us.
3 pars.
Well, they were all on par. 2 par 3s and a par 4. We're playing
Okay.
playing a shorter course.
This is a par 3 course, and you're like, oh, it's only on a par 3, which is like the whole course. So, yeah. All right, well, I think we're up, so we are going to hit, and then I'm going to take really bad video of the rest of the game. Okay, bye!
I legitimately can't believe I was green. Oh, by the way.
Yeah. That's very impressive.